What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, a highly anticipated contest between these road warriors. Officially beyond the halfway point now, eyes starting to shift to the playoff picture as this Week 10 game gets underway. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. So here comes their offense for its opening drive. They are brought out by the undrafted free agent from Illinois back in 2023, the pride of New Jersey, Tommy DeVito.
Katie certainly produced a lot of highlights last week, but he gave the defense a couple as well on those interceptions. And I don't care how many touchdowns as a quarterback you throw in a game, you turn it over a couple times at a loss, put your defense out there a few more times, those moments you remember. What should really be driving him to get the win this week.
On the ready?
All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10.
Ready. Black 40. Ready.
He'll fake the handoff. Now DeVito. Looking right, and he finds him. He's taken down after reaching the 30. Brought down by Caleb Ransaw. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
2nd and 6 at the 30-yard line.
Yellow, 22.
The first carry for the speedy Dylan Sampson. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. We've got a break in the action. Looks like someone was shaken up on the play. Medical personnel out now to attend to him. We've set it down from the 37.
Here we go. 30, 10.
First down, and they go right back to him. Solid block in there, springs him for 8. It's going to be 2nd down. Now we'll take a moment to check out his numbers on the ground from a week ago.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Nice run last play. Sets up 2nd and 2.
Come on, set.
Off the play fake, it's DeVito. Finds him over the middle. And they're going to stop him after he gets this to the 26. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
Here we go, set. 52, blue. Hut.
Run from the pistol, DeVito. Stays in bounds and makes the catch. And he's out of bounds inside the red zone, just short of the 15.
At the 16-yard line.
Just a yard left to go on 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Ready.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And that's going to add some distance onto this upcoming 3rd down.
Kate, all the data lately has taught us really clearly. Sacks, negative yardage plays. They not only just destroy that play, they destroy drives. Well done, defense.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10.
Here we go. Yellow, 43.
They'll throw, 3rd and long. Rolling left, buying some time. Oh, he's going to run for it. Decent gain here, but short of the 1st.
That is such a good play defensively. A play you could take a whole bunch of pride in not only stopping the passing game, but the effort to get to the quarterback before he could scramble for the 1st.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And they get 3 on their first series. Hope to build on that in the drives ahead.
just kind of a confidence builder. That offense drives it down, special teams does their job, and now the defense going to take the field with the lead.
Has this at the 6. Making some progress here. And a good effort here as he gets it out past the 35-yard line. So here comes this offense as they get set for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their third-year signal caller.
Two numbers that a lot of people were focused on from his performance last week. That would be 3 and 0, as in touchdowns and interceptions. That's a quarterback who was efficient, aggressive in the right spots, but he took great care of the football. And, of course, well, he cares less about those two numbers. He's more about the alphabet, like that letter W, picking up the win in that ball game.
We've set it downs from 37. Here's Slovis. And the connection not quite there yet on his opening throw of the game.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Second and 10.
Ball stays at that 37. Here's 2nd and 10.
Go! 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Connecting on the slant. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
19 Tiger. Go!
3rd down from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Incomplete from the contact.
Tough one to retain through that hit. And 4th and 4 coming up. The Blues out to get a boot into this one. And he'll punt it away to end a disappointing opening drive. And he'll bring in this fair catch at the 13. The Riverhogs and Tommy DeVito all set to take over. And he's been somebody who can get the scoring done with his legs just as much as his arm. You can see he's top 5 for touchdowns among NFL QBs. All right, they're out and set. Here we go, 1st and 10.
Ready, ready, ready.
Hand off to Sampson. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
Not every corner in this league can make the play he just made right there. Sure, there's pure coverage guys. Not really known for their tackling, but this guy, well, he's someone who isn't afraid to stick his nose in there and make a stop.
From the shotgun, here's DeVito. Completed over the middle. And he'll be brought down just as he gets it up to the 24. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
It's a gain of 10. 1st down, Riverhogs.
Let's cut.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. Has his man, it's the Michigan rookie. And he's going to be sent out of bounds just after he crosses the 35. 12 yards on that play and a good call nets him the 1st.
36-yard line.
Set, ready, ready.
A quick throw completed out to the left. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Right side, quick pass, complete. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
Here's DeVito on 1st and 10. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something. He did him a solid by recovering that, but not helping them with the yards lost afterwards as this play finally comes to an end.
Ready, ready.
Still their football, but need to make some progress here. And this is 2nd and long.
Here we go. 10 black, 10.
On 3rd down, I'll go with Sampson. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. A 3-yard gain for him, and that certainly will not be enough. It's still 3rd and a mile.
3rd down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
If you're keeping stats, that's now 0 for 2 on keeping drives going, and hopefully not an indicator of what's to come. You know, you don't convert on third down. You're not only playing against your opponents, you start playing with your own psyche as well.
He has it at the 22. And he's brought down before the return gets far. So here comes this offense for its second series of the game. They didn't start the game off like they wanted, Brock. Still searching for that opening first down as they take the field a second time. Offense to the line. Here we go. It's a design boot. Finds his back complete. And he's out of bounds. Defenders get there to drive him out right near that 40-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks. Big shot to begin the drive has him up beyond the 40.
42-yard line.
Here's their first carry from the Prince Allen. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3. We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here. What he was able to do in support of that win.
It's now 2nd and 6.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Throwing now off the play action. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
3rd and long, they're going to throw. Throwing the out route complete. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
That's good for a St. Louis first down.
Now he'll throw off the play fake. Hauled in left side. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Only a solitary field goal so far as we're through 1 quarter. Just a field goal separates these two. Take a quick break and we'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. We're back and we'll join this drive already in progress to begin quarter 2. They're advancing it well as they face 2nd down. Shotgun handoff for Allen. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
Quite the drive they've had, Brock, but they're up against it. 3rd and 5 now. Here's Slovis now. This gets the 1st and more. And he's going to be forced out of bounds on a gain down towards that 10-yard line. That one goes for 31 yards and a first down when all is said and done.
First down and 10 yards to go.
From the red zone now. Has him on a quick hitter. And they'll get there and stop him at the line.
Defense all over that throw. You could just smell it. They just smelled that football coming their way, and that's as good as an incompletion. And they're going to be in a good spot. 2nd down coming up.
To the air, Slovis. It's a screen play for Allen. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
And the defender comes away with it. Jerome Baker has it. And the Riverhawks will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
At their own 5-yard line.
Hey, defensively, when you're staring down 3rd and goal, you just want to keep them out of the end zone. Just keep them to a field goal, right? Wrong. Not with this defense and not with their playmakers. They're thinking take it away, and they get the job done.
Here we go now. Time to start this drive. 1st and 10. The handoff here to Sampson. And he manages 6 yards to begin this one. We've got 2nd and 4.
Well, I think I hear the warning sirens. You hear them, Kate? I think they just got quiet. Because that run right there gave him enough room from the goal line where you should feel comfortable throwing anything in your playbook.
Caught by his back. And the defense waiting for him at the line, and he goes down.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
Defender is there. He knocks it away, and that's going to force 4th down.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
And he hauls in right near the 40-yard line. The Blues and quarterback Keaton Slovis ready to get back to work. And he's been one of the best at leading an offense this season. As you can see, he's at 2nd in the NFL right now in touchdown passes. 1st down from the 42. Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. Short pass brought in. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped at his own side at the 49. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
At their 49-yard line.
This is Allen on the give. Oh, he put him in the spin cycle. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
You know, it is so refreshing for these running backs when they have space to run. It's hard. There's so many collisions between the tackles. When they get on the edge and have green grass, well, the best of them take advantage of it.
So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10. It's Allen again. Quite the turnaround these last 2 plays, huh? Nice gain on 1, and now they get him behind the line. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
He's tackled after a gain of about 6. It's 3rd down now.
Some offenses, well, they prefer to go run in that RPO situation. It's a safer call, a little more conservative. But in this case, it gets him just as many yards as a short completion would.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. Finds him over the middle. And this does not get it. Looking short field, but the defender is there to force this 4th down.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field's thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down? In that close, kicks have to be automatic. That won't stop the head coach, though, from holding his breath for a couple seconds until he sees it's up and good.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to center away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. Their offense ready to take the field now. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. All set to go now from the 35.
Here we go. Ready?
They'll fake the handoff. Now DeVito. Taking the deep shot there on 1st down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, that's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Yellow.
Quick to the left. It's caught. It's a small gain up to the 38. David Ojabo making that tackle.
3-yard gain on the play. Brings up
On the double.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7.
Here we go. Here we go. Yellow. 43.
To the air on 3rd and long. He's going to loft one deep to the left. This is brought in at the 15. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
That is so much more the exception than the rule when you're targeting double or triple coverage. You may be fortunate to complete a fair number of those throws, but gains like that, those are rare, and that's big time.
And we are still waiting for the scoring for anybody really to get going as we've hit our 2-minute warning. More from St. Louis just ahead. To the line and set. Here we go, first down.
Come on, set.
It's Sampson running out of the gun. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Ready.
Operating from the gun, DeVito made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Ready. 33, yellow. Ready.
Throwing on third, DeVito. Complete beyond the marker. It's going to be short of that goal line, Brock, but not of the marker. They've got a 1st and goal. Timeout taken by the defense. They're second. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first. 4 downs to get this across. Here's 1st and goal.
Ready. Blue, 32. Hut.
Quick pass, right side, complete. And he's tackled for no gain.
And the defense was all over that throw. Even stopped it right at the line. They could smell that one coming, and they sniffed it out in a hurry.
Sampson. And he gets in. Touchdown. The River Hogs get some late points and the lead.
Touchdown, Salt Lake.
So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
They're out to try and tack on the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the River Hogs break that tie and now lead by 7.
Blues 3.
They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. And that kickoff is into and then out of the end zone, so we got a touchback. This drive will start at the 35.
35-yard line.
All set to go now from the 35. Slovis. And wow, nearly a pick on that check down. A bit lucky that he couldn't hang on to it, and it fell incomplete. Almost a very quick drive, but the drop pick gives him new life. This is 2nd down. Back to throw, Slovis. On the move, headed right. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up 3rd down.
Kate, I got to believe he hearkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
Looking right, and he finds him. And they've got to him just a step or two before he can reach the 40 as he's sent out. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Check.
Here's Slovis. Hits his running back. And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. They've been leaving him open, and that is something they're going to have to button up in the near future, Brock, considering the type of start this guy is having.
Yeah, this running back's making all sorts of friends with his buddies in his offensive huddle. Enemies on the other side, but this kind of production means everybody's going to get to eat today.
Now it's Slovis. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
So far, this script, well, it's dictated some early looks for this running back, and now you're seeing the adjustment defensively. Not so easy on those checkdowns. Nowhere for that ball to go.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. The defense calls a timeout. So that's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Digging deep in the playbook here, and this is 3rd and 11. 3rd and long for him here. He brings it in. And he's going to be hauled down at the 2. That sets up 1st and goal. Now the offense is going to take its 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. So that play doesn't work out, but things make it even worse for them. Looks like one of their big guys out front is in need of a look from the training staff.
Let's go. Panther 60. Panther 60.
Timeout taken by the defense. Their second. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. So after the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and goal. Looking to throw, Slovis. And cut in the end zone for the touchdown. The Blues earn the chance to tie before halftime. You always tell me, Brock, it is a whole different world here. Running routes, working in confined spaces, instead of having that whole field to spread out a defense.
Oh, spot on, Caden. Some players, that's the world they thrive in. Finding windows where windows shouldn't exist and then being ready for the throw to arrive. It happens so fast. Trusting your quarterback to make the right read and get it to you.
They'll set up here for the point after. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Blues tie things 10-10. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Fielded at the 7. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
1st down and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line.
Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, ready?
Here's DeVito on 1st and 10. Finds the in route complete. And some excellent work to drive them all the way up past the 30-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Off the play fake. It's DeVito. And that one's going to fall incomplete. No luck there. Just 11 seconds remaining.
Well, that's a major missed opportunity for the offense. Sigh of relief for the defense. Now you got to adjust a little bit. Get some extra help on the back end of your defense to take those shots away.
He's back to throw. He puts some air under it deep down the left. And that's incomplete. And it also stops the clock with just 5 seconds left. No luck finding his receiver that time. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Still 10 yards to get this first down as they come to the line.
Ready, ready. 53.
Looking to throw. And they knock away another one. 3 straight passes, Brock, failing to connect. This brings us to 4th down.
Kate, as a quarterback, that is so rough. Incomplete, incomplete, incomplete. You're going to the sidelines, you're going to look at that tablet, and you're going to try to figure out how in the heck do we turn this around.
Ready.
This is going to be the play that takes us to halftime.
Come on, set.
Final throw before the break. And he put everything he's got behind it. And again, they drop the interception. This time it's a good thing, though. Much better field position without it, thanks to the turnover on downs.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Scott Hansen here with an abridged version of the halftime report. Both offenses still trying to find their way. Tight, competitive game, though, as we are tied at the half. To find out who will come out on top, let's rejoin our broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Hewer.
All right, thanks for that hard work, Scott. These two teams ready to break this tie as we welcome you back for the third quarter. Well, we're set up for an incredible second half, all tied as we kick it away here in quarter number 3. Here's a return from the 7. And he's brought down just inside the 25. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. And he's been having such a great season in this offense. You can see, actually top 5 in the league in receiving touchdowns so far. All right, they're out and set. Here we go, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Caught out left. And he's going to be sent out of bounds just after he crosses the 35. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. They've got 1st down here from the 36.
At the 36-yard line.
On the hands-off, Allen. The stop is made after 4 yards. It's 2nd down.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
Called in left side. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
We give to Allen out of the shotgun. And they're going to be humbled here on 1st down. Going to wind up losing yards on this play.
I'm going to guess at some point, whether it's in the huddle or over there on the bench on the sidelines after this drive, QB is going to go apologize to that running back. He just ran him into one heck of a negative play.
This is Allen on 2nd. We call it 1, maybe 2 yards at the end, Brock. It's 3rd down.
On the tackle. A gain of 2 makes it 3rd down and 10.
Still 10 yards to get this 1st down as they come to the line. Here he goes, 3rd and long. This one's in range, but it gets knocked away. Couldn't connect, and that brings up 4th down.
Incomplete.
So out now comes the punter. It'll be A.J. Cole doing the honors. Fair catch, hauled in at the 18-yard line. The offense getting set to go. And they're very fortunate the turnover on downs and short field did not lead to points. They can thank their defense by putting a scoring drive together right now.
Here we go, set. Yellow, 20.
1st down, here's Sampson. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
Here we go.
He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. He crosses the 35. And he's going to get this down inside the 30 before he's driven out. 35 on the pickup. And that gives him the 1st. So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. They'll give to Sampson here up the middle. And he hits the lane perfectly for an 8-yard pickup. It's 2nd down.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After that little 8-yard scooch, here comes 2nd and 2.
Let's go. Cut.
Has him on the quick hitter. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Move the chains. Got to move them chains. Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Breaking the huddle. Here's 1st and goal.
Set. 52 blue. Cut.
It's Sampson on the carry. How about this? He can't even get past the line of scrimmage. No challenge for the end zone here.
Pretty easy for me to play armchair quarterback up here and say I just don't like that call on 1st and 5, especially when you get nothing from it. Man, that one stinks.
Ready, ready. Block 40. Ready, ready.
Looking, but will not find it. So incomplete on 2nd and goal, Brock. Chances starting to run thin to score here. And as that one falls incomplete, Brock, the pressure ticks up just a bit because this has been too good a drive to not pay it off in the end zone.
Yeah, Kate, it's time to find your best matchup. Unless you're already committed to going for it on 4th, you've got one more shot. Players, not plays. Get it to your best player.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. And the connection made in the end zone. Touchdown! The River Hogs grab the lead on their 1st series of the half. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
Looking to tack on the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the River Hogs break that tie and now lead by 7. And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. And this is going to bounce out of the end zone, so they will set up shop at the 35.
At their own 35-yard line.
All set to go now from the 35. Beginning this drive with a run by Allen. And he stopped after picking up 9, so they're set up well here with 2nd and 1.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Short pass brought in. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
The middle, here goes Allen. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you get runs of that length. It may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out. Gain of 9 yards on the play. And that'll set him up with a fresh set of downs.
St. Louis 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
1st down. Here's Allen. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
To the air, Slovis. Completed to his running back. And he's going to be stopped, but not before he gets it down to the 14. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
Speaks to this guy's talent as just an all-around difference maker, playmaker. We see him line up as a receiver, and we don't even bat an eye, Kate, and we don't really bat an eye when he makes that kind of play either. This guy's just different, built for the moment.
They'll come up on 1st and 10.
Let's go. Knight.
Allen trying this straight ahead. And he's going to be hauled down after a gain of about 7. It's 2nd down.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down. We'll see what they come up with for 3rd down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. It'll still be just a 1-score game when we resume play. Coming to the line for their 9th play of the drive. This is 3rd and 3. Throwing is Slovis. Really fired that one, but they couldn't connect. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that'll bring up 4th and 3.
Coverage by Devon Clark.
And that offense isn't budging. They're going for it.
Here we go. Here we go.
Desperation time here. Throw is caught by the back. And he can't get the push they needed. They hold him at the line and send him packing after a turnover on downs.
You go for it on 4th down. It's got to be something from the short list of plays you expect to work every time. If that one's on the short list, I think it's got to be reevaluated. Something wasn't working on it, and it cost them a possession.
Carried by Brooks to start the drive. Breaks the tackle. He's going to have this one up to about the 17-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
And the Salt Lake City 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Brock. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating them for some catches, but that heightened focus defensively does lead to moments like that one where what would normally be a catch falls incomplete. This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Third down from the gun. He's got a man left. And that's a solid stop there to limit the damage. Gave up some, but it's still 4th down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And he's going to set him up with a pretty short field here, Brock, after getting a big chunk on that return.
At the 31-yard line.
This offense getting all set for this series. And as they get set, partner, gotta imagine they're bringing some urgency with them to the field this drive, too.
Yeah, I think you and I both know in calling these NFL games that sense of urgency can be replaced by full-blown panic in a hurry. So find a way to possess the ball and, more importantly, score some points.
Now a toss. It's Allen. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. 6 yards to go here. It's 3rd down.
3rd and 6.
Air it out on 3rd. By his running back, Allen. And that short field pass, Brock, is held to the short field. It's going to be 4th and short. Offense staying out there. Looks like they're going for it. Here he goes. Gotta have this on 4th down. He finds him beyond the marker. And they come through to stay on the field. That is enough to set this offense up with a 1st and goal.
First down. 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
And here with Allen. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on 1st and goal. Ooh, talk about a bad look there, Brock. Going jumbo set and still moving backwards after that play.
I don't think you're talking to this defense, Kate, because I think they thought that was an excellent look to knock that thing backwards.
Good point, good point. Hit arrived as the ball did to break things up. And that brings up 3rd and goal.
Hey, eventually, Kate, as a quarterback, you better be careful throwing check down after check down after check down. Eventually, that defense will catch on to it, and they'll make him pay and punish him there physically.
From the gun on 3rd down. Brought in. And he's out of bounds at the 3. Nearly got to the end zone there.
Never eat shredded wheat. Northeast, south, and west. Right, Kate? And I like on 3rd downs, north and south. You start going east to west and eating that wheat, you could run into problems just like that.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced, Brock. Had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs. So this one will not get it done. They're going to turn this over on downs. Now outruns their offense to take over. There's a dive up the middle. And things are looking good to snap that 3-game losing streak that they came in on, Brock. They've got the lead here. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
At the 3-yard line.
Here we go.
On 3rd down, they'll go with Sampson. And he's going to be bottled up just a few yards into that 2nd down run.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
He just kept going the wrong way, and that's going to cost him. That is a safety. That one is not going to get any easier to watch during film study, Brock. Some chances to go down, but instead opting to keep extending the play, and then all of a sudden in the end zone for a safety.
Yeah, ultimately there just comes a time where you've got to understand where you are on the field, right? Hey, I'm trying to make a play. I'm trying to make a play. That's all great in the middle of the field. But when you're in the danger zone like this, and you could give that defense 2 points and energize the other side, you got to know where you are on the field and just get rid of the ball.
This is Allen. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
4 yards on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Now it's Slovis. He's got Bellinger. And he's brought down after a short gain.
There's no question, Kate, that the big plays down the seam or with big tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage, it gets good coverage, contested catches, they really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
Give him 5 on the play, and that means 1st down.
That's good for a St. Louis 1st down.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning in St. Louis. Blues trailing by 5. Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. Back to throw, Slovis. Got for big yards on the right side. He makes it in for the touchdown. The Blues have taken the lead late. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
The extra point wouldn't do much for them, so they're going to go for 2 and try to make this a field goal game. Back to throw.
42-point conversion.
And it falls incomplete. Can't make that pass work, so as a result, they will not be able to push their new lead to a field goal.
17.
Following a touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition has in store. Return coming from the 6. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. This offense ready to get going again now. They find themselves down here in the 4th after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. After the incompletion, 2nd and 10 once again from the 20. Setting up to pass. Short pass caught by his tight end. And this is brought to a stop up at, let's say, the 34-yard line there. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34. Here he is to throw. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. A dangerous throw, and he almost got burned by it. The interception dropped and incomplete on 1st down.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, he just couldn't quite hang on.
And they're not going to have to burn a timeout. Smart play here. He gets out of bounds with the 1st down.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get them enough yards for the 1st, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
On the screen, this is Sampson. And they're going to get to him after a gain of close to 5 as they send him out.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Completed over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
1st down from the 42.
Come on, set. Ready?
He'll look to throw it. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. That is Caleb Ransom. And the Blues make the play that should win them this game. And as they celebrate the turnover, we're going to shift our focus to one of his teammates who appears to be injured following that play. Team staff heading out to look at him now. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, partner, from the 45. Here's the one back on the handoff. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first.
No gain on the play.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10.
At the 46-yard line.
Shotgun handoff for Allen. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain, so Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
On the stop. No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 9.
60 Bison, sit ready.
He's back to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And that brings up 4th and long. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. Their punter making his way out now. And they could really use a good one here. Fair catch the signal, and he brings it in at the 23. Here comes their offense out again. They're coming off their 1st interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. Here's DeVito on 1st and 10. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And it sets up 2nd down.
Here we go. Ready?
From the shotgun, here's DeVito. Escapes the pocket. He can run it. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down. Timeout taken by the defense. Their 2nd. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here.
Ready.
Looking to throw it. Trying to push deep downfield. That's grabbed inside the 30. Running clock adding a sense of urgency to these proceedings.
First down. First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Set.
And there's the spike. 8 seconds to go. Now out comes the second-year kicker in one of the biggest spots of his young career. First field goal was good. His second look from inside of 45 yards. Now with 8 seconds remaining in the game, they're going to burn their final timeout. So it all comes down to the right foot of their kicker. From the left hash, this would be 43 yards. That one is good! And barring the unexpected, that's going to be your game winner.
Once again, they call on him, and once again, he delivers. Had to be so confident sending him out there that he was going to win them this game, and he did just that.
After the field goal, they'll boot it away and put their defense back out on the field. Fielded at the 7. Big shot at the end of that run back as he gets it just past the 20.
At their own 23-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10.
Let's go.
One final shot here. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. And this one falls incomplete. No miracles on the final drive today. This game is over. So something to be proud of, Brock, as they come away with the win. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but